The beauty of the IPL is now coming as we are moving into match number 56, Mumbai versus Gujarat. Two top quality sides or go third versus fourth. Winner more or less having more towards the playoff stage. Do you think either of the teams have a chance of finishing in the top two?
Well, definitely. Both of the teams have a very strong chance to finish in the top two. And I think that Mumbai Indians have a greater chance because they have peaked at the right time and perhaps they look like a team with hardly any weakness. They are playing as per how they actually looked on paper. I think any cricket fan or cricket analyst would make out through the auction itself because of the composition they had, the retentions they made. So certainly they are justifying what they did show on paper. And perhaps they have a greater chance to even top the table, maybe not even top two, but go a step further. Gujarat would obviously want to eye the same, maybe finish at least in the top two, if not the top position. So this will be a wonderful clash because this could potentially be a clash we could even see in the playoffs.
Absolutely, but the way the points table is framing up as of now, well, we have the ongoing game between the Delhi Capitals and the Sunrise Hyderabad. It's a massive game, especially for the Capitals. But RCB, Punjab, Mumbai, Gujarat are the four teams with RCB with 16, Punjab with 15, Mumbai, Gujarat with 14 points. Your thoughts on these four? Do you think this four teams will be the four, or do you think the likes of KKR or DC can come and spoil the party?
Well, again, it's a very tough question to answer because IPL is known for its unpredictability. But this time around, the IPL has been very predictable. I mean, I've not seen a season where you can
Correct.
already guess the top four so early with almost 20 matches left, with almost 15 days in the tournament still left.
So high
It's, I think,
points.
exactly. Earlier, I have heard a stat which says that if you enter a 16-point club, someone with
Okay.
16 points always ends up qualifying. And here we are seeing a scenario of KKR win the remaining three, they finish with 17. Even then, they may not
They
qualify.
cannot.
That's the amount
Absolutely.
of that's the standard of cricket that's being played, especially by the top teams. There was a time in the IPL where the lower ranked teams used to come and beat the upper ranked teams in the middle of the tournament or at the business end of the tournament, but it's not happening. The good teams are getting better and the bad are getting worse. And I think that complete disparity that we are seeing is what is being showcased in the points table, and that's what makes the playoff race a bit predictable this time.
The teams that are in the lower in the points table. As of now, we have officially known that it's Rajasthan Royals and the Chennai Super Kings. Considering it's also Sunrisers Hyderabad as well, which team, as of now, in your upcoming games, would you fear not facing with these three teams? Who can? They have nothing to lose. They can play fearless cricket. Prime example of yesterday at the Eden Gardens, where Rajasthan Royals took it down to the wire and once again choked.
Well, of course, Rajasthan. As a KKR fan, we are glad that we went past them at least by a run. But maybe a team like Sunrisers is something I would fear at this point of time because if you have a team which has a very strong batting lineup, if they have a good day, they can spoil any party. And it only takes one game to completely destroy a team's momentum, a team's net run rate. And that's what party spoilers would love to do. And a team with the kind of competition SRH have is what people would not want to face at this point of time. Because if Travis Head or Abhishek or Klassen or Nitish Reddy, they have a good day, then we certainly believe that no other team could even make a comeback on that particular day. So that is the kind of teams you would fear. Maybe Mumbai Indians is another team which you would fear, but that's in the top half of the table. But among the bottom ranked, I think SRH is the most fearsome team anyone would want to face right now.
Okay. First of all, Sunrisers themselves need to win all four of game. All four games are moving to 14 points, but it still doesn't guarantee. I think they should be out officially anytime soon. But your thoughts on these three teams: KKR, Lucknow, Delhi. Your thoughts? What about the opponents? Because all three teams need victories, and they might be searching about this game with two free points starting from today, where Delhi can possibly get that. But you should fear Orange Jungle.
Definitely, I should fear the Orange Army, and even the Orange Army, if they want to, among the three opponents, kind of dominate any opponent, perhaps they might look to dominate LSG. But a match against KKR would be a very tough one for them because KKR is nowhere in a mood to stop because they are certainly a team that have played good cricket. Maybe the points table doesn't reflect the same because they lost two games which they should have won, like the game against Lucknow where they missed out on chasing 240, and against Punjab that massacre where we couldn't chase down 111. So if those two results went their way, they would have been in 15 points today and a touching distance to the playoffs. But because of that, things their performances and their dominating abilities have gone unnoticed. But a team like KKR would be a team which even SRH or any other team would certainly fear to face at the business end of the tournament.
Okay, KKR is one of the teams, and the defending champions are slowly and steadily getting their groove. What a warrior of a captain you've got. Despite his captaincy not being at the peak, but he's contributing with the bat in every single game. But talking about the Mumbai Indians as well, and this is what their playoff hopes looks like. 3 games left for the Mumbai Indians, peaking at the right time, rightly mentioned. 6 victories in a row, and that's what Mumbai Indians are known for, peaking in the middle phase of the tournament. Gujarat Titans, starting from this, which we're doing at the moment, Punjab Kings, Delhi Capitals are the remaining two games, three big games, because all three teams also need 2 points.
Definitely, and all of these games are pretty tough, because Gujarat is certainly a team which is in high flying form.
It's
Punjab is
the
a team on
toughest.
paper super
The other
strong.
two.
Yeah, definitely, Gujarat is the toughest, and they hardly fail. I mean, I have not seen a team with such success rate in the top three. I mean, all of their top three players often get runs, or at least two of them will always stay at least till the 15th or
Like it's an
16th over,
incredible
leaving
stat
almost.
saying that among the top three, one of them at least has got a half century every single match.
Incredible. Seriously, this is a stat that baffles me every single time, and there's hardly been a day where they have failed. Will they fail against the mighty Mumbai Indians? Again, that's something time will
Question
tell, but they
continues.
don't look like they will slow down just yet.
The question continues, isn't it, Orkus? In the beginning of the tournament, we said, when will it be law of average for the top three? We don't know. We'll not discuss about it much because every single time we discuss about it, we get a wrong answer. But yes, that's what we say. But Josh Butler returning to Wankhede Stadium, he has an incredible form in this venue.
Definitely, he's someone to watch out for. He loves to play at the Wankhede. He loves to play against the Mumbai Indians, so he will be a key player in this fixture. And because both the teams know that winning this fixture would guarantee their place in the playoffs and maybe in the top two as well, certainly the big guns, the players to perform when it matters, come into the fray. And certainly, someone like a Josh Butler would be crucial for Gujarat's chances.
Absolutely. But what about the Mumbai Indians and the Gujarat Titans? Both will play at this iconic venue. What about the numbers of this iconic venue? With the numbers we can see at the moment, Wankhede Stadium has been a typical Wankhede Stadium this time around. One score going past 200, while the other two has been 160, 170, with the home side making tactical decisions of the playing surface. They played a slow track versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. Can we expect something similar? But on the other end, you have Gujarat Titans have quality spinners, Rashid Khan, Sai Kishore. They have good spinners. Your thoughts on what could be the possible thing, adding Washington Sundar into it?
Well, I think they'll not make a spin track because if they do, they'll only dig their grave because they have quality spinners in their team. Sundar, Sai Kishore, Rashid Khan. If they have a day or two in which they will dominate, they certainly can nail the coffin of the Mumbai Indians, and they certainly will be worried about that. In spite of their abilities in their batting, I think they would be certainly careful of a bad day. And if a bad day comes at this juncture of the tournament, it could be dangerous for their chances. As of now, they are in 14 points, and three teams are at par, almost above them. So certainly they know the importance of winning this game. So perhaps they would look to make a pitch where both of the teams could function and certainly make sure that their team could function. So Mumbai, given the team there, I think even a flat track would be pretty much useful for them. I think more than the track, I think what matters for the team would be the toss because if they win the toss, perhaps on a flat track, you would prefer to chase with Dew also setting in. So that's something we need to see.
Whoever wins this game between Mumbai and GT will straight away move on to the top of the points table. Just like the orange cap is going from one head to the other, this points table of the top spot is also keeping on juggling between RCB, Mumbai, GT, but not DC. DC are having a poor run of form in the last five. They've lost three. But will Mumbai Indians miss the services of the youngster Vignesh Puthur?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, Karan Sharma is doing a pretty good job. If they do need some spin, maybe they could add someone like a Mitchell Santner. And given the pace they have unleashed, the trio of Bumrah, Bolt, Chahar, and now Corbin Bosch has been added to the mix. Hardik Pandya was there. I think that's more than enough. And Will Jacks, we can't forget his contributions. He's like their proper left-hand batsman as bowler because he's someone who always gets the left-handers out. So I think having someone like Will Jacks and the kind of qualities, the versatility the other players possess certainly would not make them miss Vignesh Puthur.
Absolutely. But before I move on to the players to watch out for, Orko, what are your thoughts? Which management do you think has made blunder of decisions in this season? Is it Rajasthan Royals or is it Lucknow Super Giants?
Well, I think Rajasthan, and it started off with the auction itself. I mean, it's baffling that someone let go Butler and Chahal and even Bolt at the same time. I mean, at least one of them, perhaps Butler, could have been kept back, and
Whom
the
did they
retention you
retain back?
made instead.
Correct.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say. The person you have retained instead of Butler is also a mind-boggling one. I mean, I understand the reasons behind retaining Jurel because an Indian keeper is a rarity. He's young, but retaining Hetmeyer certainly went above my head because you have players who can do what Hetmeyer can. I mean, you had a Robman Powell who could do that, and there are a number of lower order hitters available in the mega auction, and I don't see why they really retained Hetmeyer after some mediocrity that he has often shown. So
And
perhaps they
do
could
you
have tried
remember
to
what
retain.
happened in the last game we had in the Chinnaswamy Stadium, Romario Shepherd's power?
Exactly, Romario Shepherd was available, Livingston was available. They could have, gotten a bunch of all-rounders who can do some lower order hitting as well. And I think they
Exactly.
have just made their strength become their weakness. At one point of time, we used to talk about Rajasthan having a duo of Indian spinners. Now they are forced to shell out two foreign slots for two foreign spinners, and that has miserably failed for them. Hasaranga has not been among the wickets. Tikshana neither has been anywhere near to his to his absolute best. So certainly an entire disaster, you could call it, right from the retentions and also the buys they made in the auction. Maybe they would rectify it in the mini auction, but they have a lot of loopholes to fill as of now. So perhaps I would say Lucknow did a little better than them because they bought, foreign batters like Markram, Marsh have been doing well. Pant's form is the only concern, but he can get going anytime. Puran's doing well as well. Of course, he has flattened in the past 5 games, but otherwise he's a quality player. So I think Lucknow has done reasonably well as compared to Rajasthan Royals.
Goodness gracious me, Nicholas Puran has faltered, but LSG captain Rishabh Pant, what knocks is he playing every single game? It was a typical Rishabh Pant dismissal in the previous game yesterday against Punjab Kings. Bat going that side, the ball going that side, he's getting eventually caught out. But moving on to the strategic timeout section now, Orko. 60 seconds, 4 questions. Your time starts now. Rohit Sharma or Shubman Gill, who do you think will score more runs tomorrow?
Well, I think Rohit because he's called Mumbai Cha Raja and this is his hunting ground. So I expect him to do well. He has learned a bit more value for his wicket. So I think Rohit will be
Correct.
the key player ahead of Gill.
Okay, Josh Butler or Surya Kumar Yadav, who will have more impact with the bat?
That's very tough, but I would still say Surya maybe because he has these days created a lot more impact. Butler has perhaps been a bit conservative, trying to play the longer range, but Surya in short time can do a lot of damage. So maybe Surya for me.
We just spoke about Butler's domination at the Wankhede Stadium. Mohammad Siraj or Jasprit Bumrah, who takes more wickets?
Well, it has to be Bumrah. I mean, I know Gujarat's top order is tough to get past, but at some point of time, Bumrah would pick up wickets, maybe in the death. So I think Bumrah would be the one.
Okay, final one. Who will be your player of the match with this in this blockbuster contest?
Again, as I said, Surya Kumar Yadav, the kind of form he's in, I think he has enough capabilities to dominate all the Gujarat bowlers at will, especially in Wankhede. So sky for me.
Okay, you've given your 4 answers. Sky for you, which is hinting towards the team you're supporting or you think is going to come out victorious. But you said about Rohit Sharma valuing his wicket. How responsible has he been in the later recent games with opening up the order, coming in as the impact sub as well? His shot selection, he's getting runs behind his bell as well. How much is this satisfying you being an Indian captain?
Definitely, yeah. It's very satisfying because we always wanted to see Rohit playing this way. I mean, not just showing intent and getting out early, but actually carrying that intent forward towards playing a long knock would only help in Indian team's chances in the future. So that's what's happening with Mumbai. So that's what makes them a little more scary than they previously did because Bumrah has returned to action at the right time. Rohit's getting runs, Surya's getting runs, Hardik was anywhere there. Tilak absolutely not even required with the kind of batting they are
Correct.
doing at the top of the order. So I think this is the best state of mind and state of gameplay Mumbai Indians could be. And it starts with the opener. And when someone like Rohit gets runs, it certainly bolsters the confidence of your team.
100% definitely bolsters the confidence of your team. But Mohammad Siraj loves bowling at the Wankhede Stadium. Nobody can forget that spell against Sri Lanka in the 2023 World Cup, isn't it, Orko?
Definitely, he loves bowling, and he's also gotten Rohit Sharma out in the previous fixture. So he would perhaps look to get that looping in swinger, which sometimes does create a bit of problems for Rohit Sharma's front foot defense, and get past the pad bad gap if there is some assistance in the pitch. So I think that will be a very interesting battle to watch.
Absolutely. But yes, now moving into the players to watch out for, and let's take a look into my picks. Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, and Trent Bolt are my 3 players for the Mumbai Indians. For the visitors, it's Shubman Gill, Josh Butler, and Mohammad Siraj are my 3 players for the Titans. Your thoughts on that, please?
Well, definitely. As you said, Rohit Sharma would be crucial for the team's chances to start, to give those starts and carry them forward as he has recently been doing. Hardik, the captain, the all rounder, very crucial for the team, especially in finishing games, getting the wickets at the death in the middle overs. There is no better operator than Hardik. Trent Bolt, with his knack of getting wickets in the first over, I think he'll be the most crucial player for Mumbai because the best way or the only way I feel a team could get past Gujarat is if they knock their top three. And who better than Trent Bolt in knocking people early in the power play in the first over of the game? So I think Trent Bolt versus Sai Sudarshan or Gill would be a very, very crucial battle to improve the chances of Mumbai. And of course, we cannot think of a team without Bumrah. So Bumrah again would have a big role to play whenever he comes. Maybe he might come a bit early this time around, even ahead of Deepak Chahar. So that will be crucial as well. As for Gujarat's chances, as you said, Siraj in Mumbai is a different love story. Prasid, given his form, has absolutely
Oh, yes.
bamboozled everyone. So he's someone we can't forget either. Butler, of course, with his familiarity and form in Wankhede, has also played for Mumbai Indians in the past. Would be very much happy playing in these conditions. And of course, Shubman Gill would be very crucial for the team, and so will be Sai Sudarshan. So a number of stars we can just keep on go and talk about because that's the kind of form the two teams boast of. So certainly an interesting match to watch.
Absolutely. Interesting match. Very important game for both the teams. As I said, the winner takes straight into the top of the points table as well. 3 key battles I've gone for, and here are my choices. There you go. Yeah, my three choices I made. Mohammad Siraj versus Rohit Sharma is my battle number one. Trent Bolt versus Shubman Gill is my battle number two. And Jasprit Bumrah versus Josh Butler is my battle number three.
Well, I think the battle between Bumrah and Butler would be very crucial because Butler is like the talismanic player. He comes in, fills the gap between the run rate and the finishing aspect. He starts on from whenever he comes in and he tries to stay till the end, creating a huge amount of impact. So he'll be crucial, especially his familiarity with Wankhede and the Mumbai Indians team in total. I think Bumrah would perhaps be brought in early, as we earlier discussed as well. Same with how Gill plays Trent Bolt because the left arm seam angle often creates a bit of a trouble to Gill sometimes. Even to Sai Sudarshan, he could be a handful. So that will again be a crucial battle. And as we again previously talked, that battle between Siraj and Rohit, especially because Rohit was dismissed by Siraj in the previous fixture, would again be crucial given the fact that Siraj has a startling record in the Wankhede Stadium.
Absolutely. Three mouth-watering battles. You've given your thought about them as well. Time to move into the predicted playing 11 time, starting with the home side, Mumbai Indians. Unchanged team, no need of in making any unnecessary changes. Karan Sharma has been doing well as the impact sub. I'm going with the same 11 outcome.
Definitely, there's no reason to change, and of course, there is no time or no respite to rest a few players either. Because I think till the next two games are done, there's no reason they will rest any players at least till the last game of the league stage. So I think they'll continue with the same playing 11.
Okay, fair enough. I've agreed as well in terms of that. Going to the visiting side, Gujarat Titans. Full credit to you. In the previous time we did a Gujarat Titans squad preview, we said about Gerald Kodzi could be the right approach, the right person into the mix of things. Before you say about if does it fit into the 11 and give you a right balance, your thoughts on what Kagiso Rabada is going through?
Well, of course, it's a bit sad that a player of Rabada's stature is going through a lot. He's faced the suspension due to a substance which is banned, but it's not a narcotic substance as people sometimes misunderstand. They think that he's into drugs, but it's not exactly that. It might just be maybe a medication that he has been using, which somehow was found in his body, and later realized that it wasn't supposed to be consumed. I think that's the battle he's facing. Of course, it's pretty challenging for any sports person to deal with it, especially mentally, and a reputation dent also is received because of all these events. So I hope Rabada comes back pretty soon. Some people are saying that he might even be available in the later half of the IPL. But as long as he is, I think they have Kodzia who can fill enough, stop gaps for them in the absence of Rabada. Ishant Sharma's place, in my opinion, is a bit debatable because he hasn't really, been up to the mark. So perhaps if they decide to use someone like a Kodzia more often as a third streamer, they might not really require the services of Ishant Sharma that much. And other than that, they have three good spinners. So if they continue with those 6-7 bowling options, that would be more than enough.
Absolutely. In terms of defending targets, they are going for Ishant Sharma as their impact sub bowler. Rightly so, he could be avoided, and Gerald Kodzi could be a third seamer alongside three quality spinners you have in the side. Predictions time now, Orko, putting you into the hot seat. Huge game, I must tell you, Orko. Match number 56 at the iconic Wankhede Stadium. Winner climbs up to the top of the points table. Which is the team you think is going to?
55-45 in favor of Mumbai for me because purely because they're playing at home, they have familiarity in these conditions. Though there are a bunch of players in Gujarat who do know the surface well, especially because they have played for this franchise or they have played international cricket over here. But I still believe Mumbai have the team which can knock over any opposition at this point of time, and I think Gujarat would perhaps receive just the kind of jolt they would like to get before entering the playoffs, and that is perhaps why I would say Mumbai have a better chance of winning this game. 55-45 in favor of Mumbai.
Mumbai Indians fortress at the Wankhede Stadium. 55-45 in terms of the Pultons, they say Orko. Thank you so much, Orko. Thank you to all the viewers watching this video. Very close encounter is what I feel will be happening in the Wankhede Stadium. Sit back and enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much.